So let's say you want to build a gaming PC right now, but you don't want to pay these ridiculous GPU prices. What do? In this video, I'm going to show you guys one way of tackling the ongoing GPU shortage. We got a lot to cover. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so in this video we're going to build this budget gaming PC featuring AMD's brand new Ryzen 5 5600G. This is an APU and we're gonna pair it up with one of Team Green's most popular GPUs before looking at gaming benchmarks at Full HD and 1440p, and this is to give you guys an idea what kind of frame rate and performance you can expect with this CPU and GPU combo. So with that said, with that done, let's kick things off with the CPU, RAM, motherboard and storage. Now once again, the CPU pick for today's build is going to be the Ryzen 5 5600G. Now with raw CPU performance right between the 5600X and the Zen 2 based 3600, that is the last gen 6-core Ryzen. The 5600X is a brilliant CPU and GPU combo, now coming in at $260. That is just $60 more than the last gen 3600 and about $40 less than the 5600X. So you might be thinking, why would you spend $60 more for a CPU that is about neck and neck with the 3600? Well, the 5600G has a built-in graphics chip that is capable of running most games at 900p with respectable frame rate. For example, you can run Call of Duty Warzone at about 42 to 46 FPS without you having to go out and purchase a dedicated graphics card. Now at times where graphics cards are almost as rare as flying cars, this solution can work as a stopgap until GPU prices and stock are back to normal. Now guys, we are about to dive into the gaming benchmarks. We're gonna look at that right after we completed the PC build, so yeah, you definitely want to stick around till the end. Now to install the CPU, we're gonna need a motherboard. Once again, I think Gigabyte has done a terrific job putting together budget-oriented motherboards for Ryzen. Now a big plus with their boards is that they have a BIOS flash button at the bottom, and this allows you to update the BIOS without the need of a processor. Now with that being said, if you aren't 100% convinced on this Gigabyte board, if you do want to get away a bit cheaper, Amazon right now has a deal on the ASRock B450M Pro 4, and you find both motherboards linked up down below. Next up, let's go ahead and unbox the CPU cooler. To get away as cheaply as possible, I am picking the included stock cooler for today's build that comes bundled with our CPU choice. That allows us to spend more of our money on the graphics card that we're gonna take a look at in just a moment. With the cooler installment out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the RAM kit. So this is Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 16GB and it sits at around $100. Now if you don't care about addressable RGB, I will also link up a kit down below that offers similar specifications that can be yours for about $65. Following that, we got the SSD, or rather the M.2. Now this budget unit from Kingston comes in a variety of capacities. Regardless which capacity you end up picking, it is definitely worth every penny when you compare it to any traditional SSD. Moving on to the case we're working with, this is the H510 Elite from NZXT, which got 4 fans in total, and 2 of which are addressable through a software called CAM. Now H510 is actually one of my top favorite cases that I built in so far, and on the right hand side we find a large area of holes allowing the case fans to blow air over our components, for a cool and quiet PC operation. Now you're able to fit a 140 radiator either at the top or the rear, or you can just simply use an air cooler if you feel like. If you want to save a bit of money here, you can also opt for the H510, coming in at around $70. Or NZXT also have this middle ground called the I variant. And this includes a small tub and some RGB customization for about $99. Anyway, I'm very happy with this case, I'm not gonna lie. Before we install the motherboard, don't forget the motherboard IO shield. This creates sort of the link between the back of the case and the motherboard. Then we can go ahead and secure the motherboard with the screws that comes provided by NZXT. Grab the power supply and slide it into its slot. Make sure the fan is facing downwards and secure it. I'm not gonna go over the cabling and wiring in today's video, but if you're interested, you can simply just watch pretty much any of my previous videos for exact details, how exactly you should go about setting everything up. Let's move on to the graphics card. Now this is the GeForce GTX 1660, which is mainly built for 1080p gaming, but it can definitely handle 1440p pretty alright if you drop down the settings a bit. We're gonna look into this in just a second. Anyway, the 1660 comes with 6 gigs of G5 memory on a 192-bit memory bus and 1408 Steam processor. So while this GPU isn't ideal for 1440p, it is more than enough for 1080p gaming. Anyway, let's say you pick up a 5600G right now and you pop in a 1660 down the line, you can see that you're going to enjoy quite a performance uplift here. For example, we got Call of Duty Warzone here, where on the left side we find a gameplay running on the built-in graphics, and on the right side we got the same system but with the addition of a GTX 1660 graphics card. So pretty significant performance gain here, as can be seen. If we take a look at the gaming benchmarks, running 18 of some of the most popular games shows that the 1660 is able to provide us with smooth frame rate in most of the games tested. 1080p at medium to high settings is what I would recommend, and for 1440p, low to medium is what you should aim for. For example, running Call of Duty Warzone, we're able to enjoy about 74 FPS on average. In Diablo 2 Resurrected, runs fantastic with an average of 65 FPS. And in Days Gone, we saw almost 90 FPS in 1080p and 68 FPS at 1440p. So here guys is what the final part list is looking like. Now you should be able to pick up all parts new for around $1100, and opting for the 5600G and the B450M, you're looking at a total of about $600. Now this video took me quite a lot of time to complete, so guys, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like or a dislike and make sure to subscribe to never miss any of my future gaming PC builds. Thank you so much for watching.